It's common knowledge that Chinese automakers restyle their vehicles at a far slower rate than what European automakers are used to. Therefore, 6 months after my initial encounter with the Chinese SUV coupe, I wasn't particularly shocked to find myself trying the redesigned Xpeng G6. However, such an abrupt shift might catch clients off guard. Nevertheless, the 2026 Xpeng G6 has arrived, complete with new features for the powertrain, charging, and makeup. Let's see how and how much it shifts, as well as its performance. The Xpeng G6 has its eyes set on the Tesla Model Y, as evidenced by the identical body design and proportions. The automobile is now closer, even in terms of appearance. A horizontal light strip now crosses the front as a result of the restyling. It would be unjust to simply label it a model year, given the quantity of modifications. With a roof that softly slopes toward the back without sacrificing interior room, this new design blends in perfectly with the flowing lines we've previously seen on the previous iteration of the Xpeng G6, which has the appearance of a coupe SUV. The entire effect is reminiscent of the Mazda 3 once more. And that is by no means a weakness. The performance variant has stunning 20-inch wheels with black accents and a star-shaped design. The Xpeng G6 2020 SXS inside design is same to that of the previous model. However, the primary touchscreen now has more room, measuring 15.6-inch diagonally. In terms of both hardware and software, it's undoubtedly a stunning sight. It functions flawlessly, is enjoyable to use, has everything, or nearly so, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are missing, and can be controlled from there. One feature that I still find objectionable, similar to Tesla's and other models that adhere to this idea. Navigating menus and submenus, selecting the function to assign to the physical texts on the steering wheel, opening the glove container in front of the front passenger, spoiler alert, I couldn't find the button, and so forth are all quite irritating. I still like a balance between the real and virtual worlds, but I'm not saying that overcrowding the buttons is the answer to everything. With an MTK 8676 processor in the standard range version and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8295P in the long range and AWD performance variants, together with 16 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, Xpeng, however, aims to further the technology. Naturally, there is also a voice assistant that can control many features of the vehicle when it is triggered with the phrase, "Hey Xpeng." The quality is excellent, both in terms of materials and assembly, so there is nothing to be unhappy about. Thanks to the use of the SEPA 2.0 platform specifically designed for electric cars, which permits comfort in both the front and rear, as well as a trunk that can hold between 571 and 1,374 liters, there is also an abundance of room. As previously stated, the 2026 Xpeng G6, which has an 800V design and 68.5 kWh LFP batteries for the standard range version and 80.8 kWh for the long range and performance versions, is once again built on the SEPA 2.0 platform. The charging data is fascinating, up to 382 kilowatts peak for the 68.5 kWh battery and up to 451 kilowatts peak for the 80.8 kWh battery. The maximum power in AC mode is 11 kilowatts. According to official data, the average fuel consumption of the standard range, long range, and AWD performance models is 16.6 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, 17.9 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, and 18.4 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers, respectively.